It's Monday, June 18th, and you're watching episode number 8 of The Chrome Show. My name is Todd Cochran, and I want to welcome you to The Chrome Show. Of course, you can find The Chrome Show over at chromeshow.com. It's my pleasure to bring you the show tonight. I tell you, I got a great show lined up for you. Lots of stuff to share. Of course, we're going to talk about Chrome specific, and we're going to talk about some Chrome plugins this year, or this show. But I want to make sure that you get over to the website. But I tell you, take time here and reach out to us. It's real easy to contact the show. Really, all you got to do is follow me on Twitter. My Twitter handle is @geeknews, or you can email me geeknews@gmail.com, geeknews@gmail.com. We also have a show hotline available too for you to call at 619-342-7365. When you get a chance, again, go over to chromeshow.com and subscribe to the RSS feed. We've got everything you need there to get lined up for the show. Add it to iTunes, Zune. Of course, got links to our Twitter and Facebook page. And, of course, all the episodes of The Chrome Show at chromeshow.com. Well, I'm trying to make sure that we're doing the show on a regular basis and getting into the swing of things here. And tonight, we're going to be talking about a number of subjects. We're going to be talking about the Chrome Web Store to begin with. Then we're going to talk about a plugin for AutoCAD. And I know many of you out there use AutoCAD. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about a new image search by Cool Iris. We're going to talk about the Google Reader. And, of course, we're going to be talking about Zoho and CRM along with a couple of other tools. So we should have a great show lined up for you today. The Chrome Show is part of the Geek News Central network over at geeknewscentral.com. Of course, you can find other shows over there like Geek News Central, which is a show that's produced by me every Monday and Thursday. We have our special media events with a variety of topics. We've got Saturday Morning Tech, the Gadget Professor, Robot Underpants, and of course, this show is part of its lineup. But Chrome Show's got I've got a special place in my heart here for the show, of course, over on its own website. So definitely take a chance and go over to the website, get subscribed, and it'd be my pleasure to basically have you as a permanent audience member here. Hey, tonight's show is sponsored in part by the good folks at Citrix GoToMeeting. And I'm going to tell you, summer is here, and that means many of us are going to be spending time working from home or while traveling. And, oftentimes the boss may call, we're on vacation, and say, hey, I'm sorry to interrupt you on vacation, but I need you in a meeting, or I need you to hold a meeting. And we got a solution for both of those scenarios. Or maybe you're doing a working vacation. The kids are off and you're spending a little more time at home and not having to be in the office. So, and it's also true that getting everyone together for a meeting may be an impossible task because of everyone's just crazy, insane schedule. But not if you have GoToMeeting with HD Faces. Now, I use this every day. This is a great application by the folks at Citrix. And GoToMeeting lets you host meetings with clients and colleagues really face-to-face while online, no matter where you're at. And with HD Faces, you can even use, let me show you here. You can even use your iPad. But you just need a webcam to turn your online meetings into a group HD video conference. I've been using my GoToMeeting session, been doing HD Faces with my iPad right from my car, which has been kind of fun. You can use the iPad, iPhone, Android, and all you got to do is download the free app. And listener of this program, you're going to get a free trial of GoToMeeting with HD Faces for 30 days. All you got to do is, go to meeting.com. It's really easy to just go over to their website. As a matter of fact, I'll bring it up here. If you go to, and of course, you can follow the link on the website, or there's a banner as well. But all you got to do is go over to GoToMeeting.com, click on the Try It Free button. And when you get over there, as it shows in the lower third here, or actually those of you that are listening, use the promo code podcast. Then don't forget to download the free app. Now, I got a special deal for you here this week. GoToMeeting is giving away 8 iPads on their Facebook page, and basically on their Facebook page. So all you have to do is visit their page on Facebook and like the GoToMeeting page. Then you can enter a new iPad. Now, this is how I found it. You just log into Facebook, type in GoToMeeting. You're going to see the GoToMeeting page. You're going to load that. They're going to have a link there that basically links you to their iPad giveaway. And if you enter and you refer a friend, and if they come to the page from your, basically if you do a shout out, you could also win an iPad as well. So check it out. Like GoToMeeting on Facebook. You end up using it on a new iPad, which is pretty awesome. These Gen 3 or the new iPad are fantastic. with the Retina displays. I hope you win, and don't forget to try GoToMeeting free today. All right, so let's go ahead and bounce into our content. And by the way, we worked on the studio this past weekend. The lights are now all hung up, so we're trying a new lighting setup. It just freed up some space in front of the cameras here, which is nice. The lights aren't as close; they're up in the ceilings. My wife says, and we used actual, you could go out and buy like $1,000 thing, the professional lighting rack. Well, I just went to Home Depot, 3/4 inch pipe, and it's all mounted. My wife says it looks like we got water pipe coming out of the ceiling, but no, it's connected to the joists, and I got the lights hung up. It's pretty cool. I actually put a picture of the light setup for those of you that follow me on Facebook. You definitely want to go over and look at that. You'll see it. And matter of fact, I'm seeing in the video that we're going to have to adjust because I've got a light reflection right there. So I have to make a little bit of adjustment to make sure we don't get the glass and the stuff behind is overwhelmed. All right, let me talk about basically our first program today. And as you are, well, just let me back up and talk about the Chrome browser a little bit. And when you are in the Chrome browser and you load a new tab, what happens is this loads, basically your interface. It has your apps. Now, it also has got a place here for most visited. So it shows some of the stuff that you visited recently. Of course, it's got on my dashboard, it's got Geek News Central, Tech Meme, Google Reader, and a variety of different other places. There's also a little thing in here, so other devices as well. So if you're using that or recently closed. But on apps, is basically everything that actually is an app is located right in the middle of the screen. Now, everything else is an extension is up here in the top right-hand corner in your taskbar. But the first thing I want to talk about is I've added a AutoCAD app to the website. And you click on that, it brings you over to this page. You can sign up. And I use AutoCAD on a periodic basis for doing drawing setups for different venues that we're going to and so forth. And some of you are using AutoCAD in deep. So what they've really done here is they've basically used AutoCAD wherever you are, whether you be on an iPad, your iPhone, an Android. It's awesome. Of course, you can use it on your PC or your Mac. And this is a game changer, and be able to do a little editing or view something if you need to. And it's really based upon the cloud. And what they've got here is you can edit drawings online. No software's needed. You can, and this is incredible. You think about the power of AutoCAD and what it can do. I'm looking here at this webpage, and it looks like the full-blown AutoCAD app. And of course, there's some videos and tutorials here on how to use this and some customer stories as well. So if you're an AutoCAD user, basically right from your desktop, you can launch the AutoCAD stuff, and it's fantastic, really is. Now, the other thing I want to talk about here real quick is, I spend a lot of time researching for my other shows and looking for things going on in the tech space, and I use Google Reader. And many of you are probably using Flipboard or using TechMeme, or you're just going to a variety of different websites. You may not be using an RSS reader and actually going through a variety of different subscriptions. But I rely on Reader. So Google has come up with basically it's just a link here. It brings you up into the Google Reader platform. And I have all my subscriptions here on the left-hand side of the page. And as you can see, it's broken into category. It's people I went to GnomeDex with in the past, science, tech from our listeners. I've got some primary feeds, science, some stuff I'm syndicating. I'm even watching some personal stuff as well, looking for people tweeting or talking about me. And, to stay on top of what people are saying and the interactions. An RSS feed is really the juice of most websites out there. And a lot of people say that RSS is dying. But, for example, Geek News Central, which is the primary site that I work from, I have a huge number of RSS feeds. And really the reason for that is, and let me kind of show you this here, is because I have a lot of different shows. So we have You can see here the Geek News Central RSS feed for the blog. Then we've got the video podcast, the audio podcast. We've got Morning Tech audio, mobile feeds. So this is extreme. This is more than most shows, most sites will ever have. But you can see that little orange box up there for RSS. And when you click that, you can subscribe right in Google Reader. And basically, you can follow these sites without going to them. You do a quick overview. This is kind of a newspaper mode. So if I bring up the tech category, it basically shows me all the latest stuff that has been posted. And I can scroll through this. And if I see something that interests me that I want to look at deeper, I just, basically fire off into it. So if you're not using a reader, and, this is just another way to kind of quickly scour and find, different news that you're looking for. And that's the best thing about a reader is it just makes it quick to do stuff. Now, some of you will say, well, that's old school, Todd. I'm just going to use my tablet and so forth. But you can use Reader in your tablet as well, and it works just fine. They've got an offline mode too that you can work on. So definitely check out Google Reader. That's one of the things that I'm pretty psyched about and have been using for a while. Another application that I want to talk about today is basically we're doing a lot of stuff in the cloud right now. And one of the products that I am familiar with is products from Zoho.com. They've got Salesforce automation, sales tracking, productivity, social CRM, mobile edition, CRM for Google Apps. And this is what I'm in right now is I'm in the social CRM location. If you're working with Salesforce or with leads and you need a contact resource management system, you really need to have ongoing day-to-day data and your interactions with those folks, places to place emails, looking at statistics and when you've talked to them, purchasing habits, the whole 9 yards. And it all ties into Zoho's platform. Obviously, this is a pay-for-use service. And again, it's for those of you, the CRM part, it's anytime that you're doing a tracking and trying to work your, streamline your workflow and your sales process, this is definitely one thing that you'll be want to use. But the social CRM is pretty awesome. And, with the latest with your prospects and customers, it lets them tell you can track stuff that they're doing as well. You can look up their profiles and stuff on different websites that they're on, LinkedIn, Twitter, Google Plus, and so forth. And you can do this on the go as well. Nothing more embarrassing than getting a phone call. And this has happened to me. Get a phone call, and it's like I see their cell number come in, and it's, hey, Todd, this is John. How are you doing? And I'll be like, I'm thinking, myself, John, who? And I'm doing great. In the meantime, I'm bringing up Zoho, and I can type in the telephone number, and boom, it'll say, okay, John is from X company, and I can get, without embarrassing myself, I can, keep working and work through that sales call. And then I can also have right there in front of me, I can say, hey, John, just hang on just a second. I want to pull something up here. I pulled up their account. I can look at the workflow. When was the last time we talked, what we talked about. And it's really critical in the sales process and things that you're doing and working with customers. So, and you want to be able to pull that up when you're on the move too. So whether you're on an Android device or you're on your iPad, it just works. And of course, it's baked into Chrome. So this is the key here, especially when you're on an Android tablet. You just load it and go, or your Chromebook. It just makes you be able to have a great cloud experience. All right, one of the other things I wanted to show you tonight was something kind of interesting. Many of us just, when we want to search for an image, we go to images on Google, right? And so when why did that pop up? Let's close you. And let me load this image search and see if I can get this to load here. Let's close that. And okay, we're good there. So let me bounce on this. So when you load this, what it does is it brings up this image search by Cool Iris. So, I'm being conceited here. I'm going to type in my own name, Todd Cochran. And as you can see, it starts populating as soon as I type it in. So I got done. I've typed it in. I'm looking here. Okay, there's a picture of me. And as I scroll out, and you guys can see here what's happening is it's scrolling. So here's a picture that I had of at an event that I went to at Blog World a few years ago where I was tagged. And of course, what's interesting too is I see some of my friends. So this is a gal that I know here in Hawaii, but apparently I was, they correlated that I was at that event. Here's one of my profile pictures. Of course, it looks very blurry. That sucks. And of course, then here's one of me being in my studio as well. So you've got the ability here um, to kind of move around and look through the pictures in this kind of this cool method here. And this is slick. You just grab it, move it back and forth. You walk down, and it might not be a person you're looking for, or maybe a product. So, we can put on here, let's just talk about it. You can put our sponsor thing in. And all of a sudden we see all the graphics that are out there for GoToMeeting. And, that's just one example here of, different things that you can do. And then obviously that's not what you're going to be looking for when you're on when you're searching, but it's a great way to find images. Now I do caution those of you that are bloggers out there, don't be, if you're looking for a picture of somebody or something, respect people's copyright on those images and, don't be grabbing them unless you know that they're, basically open source or available to be used on your websites. I use Big Stock Photo and a variety of other photo sites to use in blog posts. We license the images. Believe me, if you put up an image that someone owns the copyright on, it can end up being very, very expensive. And at a couple bucks an image, it's inexpensive to license stuff. So anyway, that's what I kind of got tonight for you. That's what I wanted to show you here for the Chrome show. I want to really encourage all of you to take some time. And when you have some time, go over to the Chrome Web Store. If there's something you want me to do an in-depth article on or in-depth coverage of an app, or if you have something that you're using that you really like, I don't do games, so don't fire me over game links. But I'll do pretty much anything else: business, education, entertainment, productivity, utilities, extensions. Send me over some stuff that you like, that you want me to or an application that you're using that you like. And of course, you can always look at your apps of what you've got installed. This gives you the full list of stuff that's installed. I do on just in order to keep the show flow going, I do have, and keep Chrome not being too full, as I unload stuff that I don't think I'm going to use. And I try to keep the browser free as much as possible for this show. But if you've got stuff that you're using that you like, definitely fire that over to me and we'll cover it in the show. You can send me an email, geeknews@gmail.com. Put in the subject line, the Chrome show, and then put the topic in there so I know where to drop it in the inbox. But we'd like to hear from you, the feedback on the show, what you're liking, what you're not liking. And as we hear more information about the new Chromebook and Chromebox, we'll be covering that in detail. And hopefully be getting a Chromebox actually test and run through its paces here. And with it being kind of like a Mac Mini, it's going to be a lot of fun. But again, it's been my pleasure here to bring you the Chrome Show. And I'm hoping that you're enjoying these short, informative podcasts on specifically the Chrome browser and the Chrome operating system. It's been my pleasure again. Until next time, we'll see you. Aloha.